Hello, hello. It is Sara Waggle, astrologer and leadership coach here for this Moon Astrology Tarot. This time for this moon in Sagittarius. This is a full moon in Sagittarius. In fact, it peaks at 2 degrees. So be sure to check out the sun and rising sign video for the full moon. And also with this full moon, we have Venus conjunct Jupiter at 29 degrees of Taurus. So we've got a lot of change in energy, and it's going to continue. Gemini is a fast mover sign. It's ruled by Mercury. Sagittarius, however, is, the upwards pointing arrow, and it's ruled by Jupiter. So it's interesting that we have a major Jupiter transit at the same time as this full moon in Sag, and it's opposite sign, as in they share the same, Sag and Gemini share the same axis of the zodiac. And so, as you're thinking about the Sagittarius full moon, it's thinking about where you're going and what needs to change for you to get where you're going. One of the things we're going to need to think about for this whole entire Gemini season is using our discernment skills and using our ways of discerning and making decisions. And is this the right thing for me? Or is this just a distraction? And with Gemini being a trickster, there's going to be loads of things happening and loads of information, and it's going to be really up to us as individuals to, sift through all of the information to get to, or to dismiss what doesn't need to be and allow in what is going to help us get to the next level. And so I just recorded the Gemini season overview for the Awakening Spirit Collective. If you want to join that, the affiliate link, my affiliate link is below in the description. But it's like this whole Gemini season is a kind of a pivotal point. But as we feel into this full moon, it's kind of like, okay, we've learned a lot from these nodes, North Node Aries, what I need, how I need it to go, without being an arrogant ass about it, of course. But like, what kind of supports do I need? What kind of people do I need? And in order to get where I want to get. And so it's kind of important to sift through that with this Sagittarius full moon. And allow things that are slipping away to slip away, and just let them be, let them lie. Don't, when we push for something to happen and force something to happen, it usually is not a good energetic match for us. If we just open up ourselves to receive and allow, it opens up opportunities, right? And then lowering our expectations. I think I want it to go XYZ way. It kind of has that expectation of it's got to go this way versus letting it go and being like, okay, I've done what I can do to make it go smoothly. But if it doesn't go smoothly, it's okay too. It's going to go how it's going to go, right? If you plan an event, we'll just use this as an example. If you plan an event, like a party with a caterer, a cake, photographer, and all of those things. And then you've got guests doing guest things. And especially if you have an open bar, right? Guests are going to do guest things, right? Maybe the caterer is running late. Maybe the cake wasn't made on time, or it wasn't made the way you wanted it to, or whatever. And the thing is you can only plan a party like that to a certain point, right? You can, confirm and confirm and confirm, but it still may not go as smoothly as you would like. It's going to go as smooth as it's going to go. So it's all about, it's kind of just lessening your expectations, knowing that you've set everything in place for things to go in a certain direction, but if to go a certain way, but if it doesn't go that way, that's where that whole flexibility, adaptability, is going to be important. And Mercury is genius at that. He's a trickster, right? And so he messes with our head sometimes. And, Gemini is one of his signs. And so, as we move through this moon in Sag with the Jupiter Venus conjunction, Jupiter and Venus are the two benefics or beneficials in astrology. It's of our benefit. Venus is what we desire, what we love, and Jupiter puts a freaking magnifying glass on it. And sometimes it's good, sometimes it's like, shit. So you can imagine that those who have kind of not done some healing work, what's going to be magnified for them, or overindulgence. Kind of like over the weekend was, with the Sun conjunct Jupiter, it was overindulgence. And so, and it kind of catches you off guard when you overindulge, right? You don't realize it until, oh crap, I ate too much, I drank too much, whatever the case may be. But maybe it's an amplification of incoming money. It could be anything, right? It kind of depends on where these zodiac signs land in your natal, with your natal chart. And so, there's that. So speaking of that, I do have readings available. If you are new to astrology, you can get just your sun, your moon, your rising. If you're new, you're a skeptic, you don't want to like dive in head first, you just want like a flavor, and you can get a lot from your sun, moon, rising. I knew my sun, moon, rising before I pretty much knew anything else about my chart, and I worked with that for months before I learned more about my natal chart. And it was super helpful. So you can get that reading. You can get a one-off transit reading. So if you want to know what Jupiter in Gemini is going to look like for you for the next, year, you can get that reading. The link to my booking, I did update it. It is updated. All of my new stuff is there. And so that kind of thing is available. I think I put the full chart reading on there. So if you do want to dive in and get a 60-minute overview, that link is there too. So you can do that. I'm also going to probably be adding like a tip jar to my videos by way of buying me a coffee or my PayPal link. Probably buy me a coffee. I don't know. I haven't looked at that to see what that looks like, to see what it does. But I know a lot of YouTubers that do that. A lot of YouTubers that have lots of subscribers that are not monetized. So believe it or not, you can have thousands of subscribers on YouTube and still not be monetized on YouTube. And so, but then, family vloggers exploiting their children get monetized. So figure that shit out. Okay. Okay. Let me not go down that rabbit hole. Let's see what's up with the tarot. All right. What's the tarot got for this moon and Sag, full moon and Sag with Venus conjunct Jupiter? I could speak anything into what I feel like might happen with some of this Jupiter Gemini stuff. It's people voicing, speaking their truths about potentially like exploitation or experiences, that kind of more information becomes available than we know about. But as a content creator, I think it's kind of sad. Okay, let's see what's up with the tarot. Oh, the world in reverse. Shit. This is typically a redirection. Rejection is redirection. So if something's not going the way you thought, it's redirection. Wow, that's interesting, since I talked about expectations. If something's not, if you thought you had an opportunity and the door closed in your face, that means it's redirection. Rejection is redirection. When you are rejected for something, I have a friend who is working on her public speaking skills. And so she has been, doing some public speaking, and she got rejected for a big one, like a big money making and a big keynote presentation. She got rejected for it. And she's like, thanks, thank you. Like with a heart full of gratitude, not in a snarky, sarcastic way, but in a gratitude way of like, thank you for rejecting me. And, when we are getting, when a practitioner or service provider is wanting to seek clients or attract in clients, and when somebody says no, it's thank you, because that means that either that person isn't ready for whatever the service is, or there's another client out there that, it's redirection is my point. So if you don't get the job, it's redirection. If you're not getting lots of jobs, maybe it's entrepreneurship. If you are dissatisfied in a relationship, maybe it's time to move on and heal so that you can invite or attract in a better relationship, something that's more your love language or more in service of you. Love language is so important. I yeah, I really believe in love languages, right? You can use all the words on me and it will not work. You can buy me stuff, probably won't work. I'm not going to tell you what my love language is. Leave me a comment. What do y'all think? Y'all can guess the 5 love languages. So what are the 5 love languages? They are words of affection, quality time, it's something like gifts, as in buying me presents, acts of service, and there's one more, and I forget what the 5th one is. There's 5 love languages. Oh, it might be affection, like physical affection, so physical touch. Okay, so we have those 5 love languages. Drop me a comment. I really want to know what y'all think is my number 1 love language. Okay, that will be my fun little like icebreaker for my audience for this full moon. I think this will be fun. I would love to know what you guys think my love language would be. And if you want to share yours, by all means. Let's see what's up with the ancient feminine wisdom. I think this will be fun to see what people say. I already said you can say all the words and they don't mean shit to me. So that's obviously not the one. That gives you 4 to choose from. So quality time, buying me gifts, acts of service, and I think the other one's quality time. Did I say that already? Quality time, words of affection, physical material presence, and acts of service. Yeah. Words of affirmation, but we know words don't work on me. So there you go. What is my love language? Okay, let's see what's up with the ancient feminine wisdom. It's going to come up with something about me because of the energy I was talking about, but let's see. We have Flora, Flora, Flora. Renewal. Ooh. Okay, this is perfect because like flora is flower, right? Flora as in like a floral arrangement. Renewal, right? So, and think about it, we have like annuals and perennials and flowers. And so, some of those flowers like renew, like like a rose bush, it'll regrow like every year. Some flowers only bloom once every so often or whatever, and it's a renewal. They come alive and then they die off, but then they come back and rebloom again. So I think this is really interesting. You get this opportunity to be like, okay, I'm gonna let that whole situation go, right? Maybe you're moving, maybe you're getting a new job, maybe you're, whatever the case. But it's a renewal, and give yourself that opportunity to, allow renewal to happen for you, allow a new beginning for yourself. So yeah, I think I really feel like this is gonna be an interesting Gemini season, see how it's going to play out. But this full moon is the kickoff. So I hope you're ready. Okay, that's what I got for this moon and Sag. Goodness. I'll talk to you on the next one.